How do you do, dear fashion bosses? Hope well. Alright. In today's class, we're learning how to make this beautiful kaftan gown. Okay? How to attach these tassels. It's also going to have a pocket, right? And then we are going to be lining it or using a lining on it. Hope you understand what that means. Okay. So if this is what you like to learn how to make, please stay to the end of this class. Whilst at it, do not forget to subscribe if this is your first time on this channel. Please do well to subscribe, and if you are a returning subscriber, we say thank you. God bless you. Alright, so let's go straight to the cutting table. Alright, so we have our fabric already folded out. We folded our fabric. We are going to be cutting the back and the front. Okay, that's why we have it in two. We have the front and the back cutting together. So right about now, I'm measuring my shoulder. So my shoulder, how do you get your shoulder? Is your shoulder divided by 2, and then you impute whatever you have, which mine is 8 inches. I imputed it. So I'm calculating for my armhole, and then I'm going to mark. How do you get your armhole? Is your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. Whatever you get is what you are going to, chalk out or line out as your bust, as your armhole line. Just exactly what I'm doing right now. Okay, so after chalking out our bust line, the next thing for us to do, so I have to adjust the camera so you can see me very well, is to measure our neck width. So our neck width is 3 inches. The neck depth for the front, I used 4.5 inches. Then the neck depth for the back, I used 1.5 inches. Hope you understand that. So I'm just connecting both neckline together now. Connecting the width to the depth, and the width to the depth for the back, the width to the depth for the front. Okay, hope you understand. All right, so after doing that, the next thing for us to do right now is to -1 from our shoulder line. Okay, and then I'll connect that line to my neckline. That's one we came down by. I'll connect it to my neckline. Okay, that is what I just did. And then I'm going to connect my armhole curve. Okay, for the front armhole curve, I came in by 0.5. okay, to eliminate bulge, and then I connect it. Okay, so that's for that, guys. So the next thing for us to do is very simple, is to impute vertical lines. Okay, shoulder to bust point, shoulder to under bust point, shoulder to waistline, shoulder to hip, and then the length of the dress. These are the lines that I am connecting right now. Shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waist, shoulder to hip, and then the length of the gown. Okay, so you can see I've already chalked out the length of the gown. Okay, and then I added 2 inches seam allowance to it. Do not forget that we are going to be turning this kaftan gown with a lining. Okay, all right, so I haven't done that. The next thing for us to do is to impute our circumferences. Okay, so what you do is your bust circumference, you divide it by 4, and then you impute it. You mark what you have, plus 2 inches seam allowance. Don't forget you are going to be using a lining to turn this. So I added 2 inches seam allowance, 1 inch for ease. Okay, and then 2 inches for seam allowance. That's what I did. 1 inch for ease, 2 inches for seam allowance. Okay, That is what I'm doing right here. After imputing your circumference, you add 1 inch for ease and then 2 inches for seam allowance. So I am taking that of the hip right now. Hip divided by 4, hip is 46, so I have 11.5, 1 inch for ease and 2 inches for seam allowance. Okay, so I'm just going to connect my circumferences together right now. Okay, connecting from bust to under bust, from under bust to waist. Okay, that's what I am doing right now. I'm imputing the under bust. I forgot to impute the under bust measurement. That is what I'm doing right away. So after connecting from the waist now, we are going to slant down to the hem of the kaftan. Okay, so 2 ways you can slant from your hip down to the hem of the kaftan. So whatever I have on the hip, okay, whatever I have on the hip, I'll bring it down to the length of the dress, and then I will go ahead to impute about 3 inches or 4 inches to it on the bottom part so that it can flay out a little. Hope you understand. And then I'm going to connect. So that's what I am doing right now. Okay, I'm going to connect all my lines together. So I'm sorry if you can't see the markings very well. That is why I am really trying to explain. So after doing all of the connection together, this is what we have. We are basically done with the drafting of this kaftan. Please note that the back panel does not have zipper allowance. I'm just going to add a short zip, on the upper part of the back panel. Okay, so I'm cutting off the neck area right now. So the back panel, I'm going to slant it. Okay, I'm going to use lining to turn the back panel. All right, slant it a little bit so that I can impute a button or something to it. It does not have zippers. Okay, so I'm just cutting out all of this. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say it does not have zippers? It has zippers. Okay, the back panel sure does have zippers. As you can see, the way I folded my fabric, I have already left 2 inches on the back panel, the outer side. Okay, that's what I did. I already left out 2 inches for zippers, because if it does not have zippers, it will be difficult to put it on. Okay, so it sure does have zippers. Okay, if you can look at it very well, you can see the zipper parts where the front panel is starting from, and the back panel is lengthier on the side than the front panel. Okay, by 2 inches. That's for the zippers. Okay, so this is what we have, guys, after cutting it out. So I spread my front panel open this way. So from the foot edge, you could see that it has a creamy fabric in front of it. So the width of the fabric is measuring 5 inches. Okay, and then I folded both sides in by 0.5 inch. Okay, so after folding, I'll be left with 4 inches. So it's the 4 inches I've placed on the front panel like this, and I'm going to neatly run a top stitch on it to hold this cream piece down to my front panel, the front panel of the main fabric. Okay, so after top stitching the screen fabric on the front panel, we are now going to go ahead to use our lining to turn. Please note that after cutting out your main fabric, you use what you cut out to cut your lining. So this is me placing my lining on my fabric. The front panel is facing up, and then I place my lining this way. Okay, so we'll stitch the down parts, stitch the side, and stitch this side. So you're actually stitching both sides. Okay, and then after doing that, you stitch the neck line, and then you turn it inside out and give a very good ironing. So the same thing we did for the front, we are also going to do for the back. Okay, so here we are. I've ironed, so I went ahead to join my back panel to my front panel. Okay, these are not difficult to do. Okay, so the next thing is to arrange this tassel. There is a name that is being called in excuse me, in Yoruba, in Nigeria. Okay, but the English name is tassel. Okay, so I just arrange my tassel this way, making sure that my spacing is equal. Okay, my spacing is equal. The first to the second to the third, the spacing are equal. Okay, and then I'm going to tack this tassel to my kaftan dress. And once we are done with the tacking, guys, the dress is ready. So this is what we have. Okay, it's just a short tutorial. Okay, if you have any question, please ask. I'm going to respond to you on the comment section. So if you found value in this video, please do also like, share, and subscribe. Okay, it's just a little reminder here and there. We have a lot of videos on how to make kaftan here on this channel. Okay, so this is just a little reminder, and to show you how to use your tassel is just to tack and all of that. Okay, so like, share, and give a thumbs up, guys, and then we'll see you in our next video. All right, bye bye for now.